issue of Women's Talk is sponsored by the US IR Reproductive Health Group Corporation. It has been broadcasted globally in 15 different languages such as English, French, Spanish, Chinese, etc. Recurrence of feminine inflammation is the biggest trouble in a woman's life. Vaginal inflammation, cervical erosion, endometrium inflammation, pelvic inflammation, and salpingitis. These infections are bothering women's life like a series of nightmares. My name is Konya. You are now watching the latest issue of Women's Talk. A massive 5-year survey focusing on women worldwide shows that 83% of women are repeatedly troubled by infections, of which less than 4% were cured in a single treatment. The average accumulated time for treating related illness in a woman's life is more than 6 years. We have invited an authority on gynecology in US, Dr. Merritt, to discuss the recurrence of feminine inflammation. Dr. Merritt is a council member of the International Federation of Gynecology and Obstetrics. He also participates actively in women's health records. Some experts blame unscientific treatment methods for the recurrence of feminine inflammation. Is that true?
That is true. There are two major limitations for traditional treatment methods. First, the incomplete disinfection and treatment processes. The remaining bacteria in the body will then multiply vigorously when the timing is right. Secondly, good bacteria is killed during disinfection and thus affects the immunity as well as pH balance in the reproductive tract, which provides a good environment for the harmful bacteria to multiply. Therefore, we need to have a revolutionary solution.
IR Feminine Hygienic Gel, the guardian of women's intimate tract. There are over 2,680 cases in the women's reproductive health record under the International Federation of Gynecology and Obstetrics. They're all troubled by the recurrence of reproductive tract inflammation.
In the past, reproductive tract inflammation attacked mainly married women, but premature sex, cohabitation, abortion, casual sex, frequent use of contraceptive tools, negligence in personal hygiene, etc. have caused the percentage of infection of single women getting closer to that of married women. For single women who underwent abortion, the chance of repeated infection is close to 70%. Now this is a very worrying condition. Women insisting on a scientific approach to treat reproductive tract inflammation is 78% in USA, 69% in Europe, only 20% in Asia, and less than 3% in some rural areas. A lot of women are still using an unscientific treatment approach, such as vaginal douching, medicated detoxification, insertion of suppositories, and so on. Although the symptoms can be relieved temporarily, the reproductive tract may experience severe poisoning, leading to infections.
Drug poisoning of reproductive tract? It sounds terrible.
Once drugs are absorbed by the reproductive tract membrane, symptoms such as pH imbalance, deteriorating membrane cells, premature aging and dryness of the vaginal tract, weakening immunity, irregular secretion, drug-induced erosion, drug resistance, deformed fetuses, and infidelity can cause feminine inflammation. Women nowadays need medication that will not be absorbed by the reproductive tract membrane, but can kill all pathogenic bacteria while protecting the pH balance. This is the safest and most effective treatment. Just washing the vulva is insufficient. Vaginal douching may damage the natural defenses of the reproductive tract, leading to infections. It has been deemed by the WHO as a harmful practice. These problems can't be solved by just washing. Traditional treatments either fail to kill germs thoroughly and only relieve the symptoms by suppressing bacterial activity temporarily, or is too powerful where good bacteria is also killed, destroying the pH balance of the reproductive tract and allowing bacteria to invade and multiply. This is the reason why the symptoms will recur when treatment is stopped. Suppositories rely on reproductive tract mucus to dissolve. The liquid cannot flow back, failing to reach the reproductive tract in wrinkled areas. It cannot kill pathogenic bacteria. Instead, it damages the reproductive tract membrane, causing a burning sensation on the applied areas. Usage of drugs such as tablets, suppositories, and so on will cause the membrane to rupture easily, allowing bacterial invasion. Detoxifying drugs will also induce poisoning on the reproductive tract and seriously affect the natural immunity of the reproductive tract. Once you stop using it, the symptoms will recur.
To prevent recurrence of infection, I believe every woman is hoping for a total solution that is fast, effective, safe, and comfortable.
IR Feminine Hygienic Gel is recognized by the medical profession as a feminine product that enhances the quality of life prior to the introduction of the contraceptive pill. IR Feminine Hygienic Gel has 6 main features. It reaches the membrane and wrinkled areas of the reproductive tract evenly. It forms both physical and chemical barriers on the surface of the reproductive tract. A physical barrier fully defends the invasion of external bacteria and totally inhibits cross-infection by various STD viruses. A chemical bacteria kills 99.99% of bad bacteria bacteria, protecting the good bacteria, thus maintaining the pH balance of the reproductive tract. The effect can last from 8 to 24 hours, eliminating abnormal discharge with just one dose, hence preventing repeated infections effectively. We have yet to discover another feminine product which is better than IR Feminine Hygienic Gel.
IR Feminine Hygienic Gel is popular around the world because everyone who's tried it thinks that it's incomparable. The experience has been wonderful and they like it immediately after using it for the first time.
IR Feminine Hygienic Gel does not leak even when you're exercising. It will not be absorbed by the vaginal membrane as well as blood or body cells and is absolutely safe. It has been tested and proven by numerous women while other drugs have failed.
I see. IR Feminine Hygienic Gel targets all bad bacteria while protecting good bacteria and pH balance of the reproductive tract, so pathogenic bacteria have no chance to invade at all, allowing every woman to bid farewell to the recurrence of feminine inflammation. In 2004, the US Food and Drug Administration approved the marketing of IR Feminine Hygienic Gel, and it's well received in Europe and US. In 2005, IR Feminine Hygienic Gel landed in China. It was approved by the Ministry of Health and recommended by the National Population and Family Planning Commission of China. Its quality and results have been tested and approved by prestigious departments such as Science and Technology Institute of Family Planning Commission of China, National Center for STD and Leprosy Control, Chinese Academy of Preventive Medicine AIDS Research Division, and Peking University Health Science Center. Let's hear Susanna's reaction after using IR Feminine Hygienic Gel. I've tried whatever possible solutions. I bought piles of medicine, but the symptoms occurred again once I stopped taking them. I didn't believe there was any other better solution. IR Feminine Hygienic Gel has changed my mind. It's the best feminine product that I've ever used. Itchiness, odor, and abnormal discharge were gone when I used it for the first time. I got rid of inflammation problems totally before I finished 2 treatment sessions.
During my trip to US, I noticed every woman was using IR Feminine Hygienic Gel. I was curious and bought 2 boxes to try out. Once I started using it, I feel fresh like never before. After I finished using the 2 boxes, the serious symptoms I had were gone miraculously. Within 10 days, I went to hospital for a test and realized that the inflammation was cured. I really don't know how I would end up without IR Feminine Hygienic Gel. I'm not afraid of feminine infections anymore. IR Feminine Hygienic Gel is the real guardian of women.
Inflammation and infections can happen anytime. STD viruses are prevalent. Before and after menstruation as well as after delivery or an abortion, the pH balance in the reproductive tract will change, making it susceptible to inflammation. IR Feminine Hygienic Gel eradicates feminine inflammations and STDs. You will feel clean and comfortable the whole month. Using it after delivery or an abortion will repair the damaged reproductive tract and cell tissues. If motherhood beckons, it's better to clean the reproductive tract immediately using IR Feminine Hygienic Gel. It will create a clean environment for pregnancy and ensure you have a healthy baby. IR Feminine Hygienic Gel is also an effective tonic for ovaries and a replenisher. It nourishes ovaries, activates estrogen and natural discharge, prevents and improves aging, dryness, cramps, loosening, and atrophy of reproductive tract. It repairs abrasions and enhances elasticity of vaginal wall, hence restoring youthfulness of reproductive tract. Thousands of clinical tests we did proved the effectiveness of IR Feminine Hygienic Gel towards vaginal inflammation is 99.1%, 97.7% for cervical erosion, 96.5% for endometrium inflammation, 94.3% for salpingitis, and 94.2% for pelvic inflammation. If you want to free yourself from the suffering of feminine inflammation, you must maintain the health and vitality of the reproductive tract.
The amazing IR Feminine Hygienic Gel from US. Thank you, Dr. Merritt, for coming on our show. IR Feminine Hygienic Gel is the guardian of women's intimate tract. See you again in the next issue of Women's Talk.